How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to Chefing with Shane YouTube channel. Today, we're making delicious broccoli and cheddar soup. Now, if you guys are new here, my name's Shane. I try to make delicious recipes that you can make easy at home and save you guys a trip to the drive-thru. Guys, the drive-thru ain't what it used to be. It ain't fast anymore and it ain't cheap anymore. So what's the point? Might as well make this food at home. This is easy. This recipe will take you about 25-30 minutes. And then you can enjoy it. Soup is a super delicious, hearty meal, great for the cold weather, especially guys, I live in Ohio. It's cold like most of the year. So you need some delicious soup and we're gonna have it with a nice baguette. And one of these days, I'm gonna go ahead and make some bread from scratch, but that day is not today, but we are gonna make this soup from scratch. Let's get to it. All right guys, first thing in this recipe, we're gonna start off by prepping up those fresh ingredients. Remember guys, if you have your ingredients prepped, it is so much easier to go ahead and do your recipe. It just saves you so much time and it also makes things easier. You know, especially if you're not particularly great in the kitchen, it really will make you feel more comfortable because it's like, rushing around for all these ingredients, trying to measure something, it's starting to burn. It's like, it's just, for a new cook, it's a nightmare. So I can understand that, but it just also makes the cooking process go so much smoother. Just get everything prepped and out of the way in the beginning, and then just have everything ready and then use it, and the recipe will just go so much smoother. Trust me, guys. So what we're working on right now is 1/2 of a white onion. Peeling off the skin is always the funnest part. All right, the skin's finally off. So now we're gonna go ahead and work on chopping this one up. Remember, always tuck your fingers. And you don't want these pieces to be big because you do not want to get a mouthful of onion while you're trying to enjoy your soup. You just want these to be smaller pieces, nice and finely diced, just like so. All right, the next step is I got an 8-ounce block of sharp cheddar cheese here, and I'm gonna use this cheap mandolin to grate it. If you have anything better, maybe like a KitchenAid with a shredder attachment, anything is gonna be better than a grater because shredding your own cheese is not bad, it just takes a while. And you might be asking, well, why are we doing it in the first place? And that's a good question because they do sell tons of shredded cheese at the store, but there's a big difference in how finely shredded the cheese is versus we're trying to get it really fine. It melts faster, different texture in the soup. You don't want your soup to be all grainy because you got some thick cheese in there. So if you do buy the bagged cheese at the store and try to make this, just know that it's not gonna have the same consistency as grating your own. However, if you wanna do it lazily, I don't blame you at all. But just so you're aware. Anyways, I'm gonna grate the rest of this up and I'll get back to you guys when I'm done with that. All right, so after grating 8 ounces of cheese will be nice and shredded and your arm will probably be double the size. And if you're looking for a good workout program, shredding cheese is a great, cheap alternative. Now, let's get into making this recipe. All right, guys, so we're just gonna get our pan out. You guys are gonna wanna make this in a pot, but just for me to film this, I don't have any equipment that allows me to kind of get over the pot. So this will work for me, it'll still cook up, but you guys are gonna wanna make this in a pot. So anyways, you're going in with 1/2 stick of butter or 4 tablespoons, and we're just gonna let that kind of melt down so we can put these onions in there. Okay guys, so this butter's melted down a lot. Next, we're gonna go in with that 1/2 of a whole onion, diced. And we're just gonna let that kind of cook up a little bit, become translucent. It's probably not gonna cook all the way through, but it's gonna soften up, and then this soup is gonna simmer for about 20-25 minutes later on, and that'll end up cooking it fully through. All right, so after about 2 to 3 minutes, onions will start becoming a little bit golden. Then you're gonna sprinkle over about a 1/4 cup of flour on them. And then you're just gonna kinda mix that. You're basically making a little roux here. All right, we got all that flour out of there. Now we're gonna pour in 2 cups of half and half. And 2 cups of chicken stock. And then we're gonna bring that up to medium high, bring that to a light boil, and then we'll drop it down to a simmer. She's starting to boil, guys, and I had to push it up to like high heat for a little bit there, but we're gonna end up throwing in 1 cup shredded carrots and 3 cups of, I have frozen broccoli. Of course you can use fresh. Frozen and fresh, it doesn't really make a whole lot of a difference. It's all gonna cook just as fast, and you would think that the frozen broccoli would water it down, but honestly guys, it really doesn't. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop this heat back down to about a medium, throw the lid on it, and gonna let that simmer there for about 20 to 25 minutes. It'll be nice and thick. Come back, stir it occasionally every 10 minutes or so, and then I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes. All right guys, it's been a little over 10 minutes and it's cooking up nice, it's thickening up. What I will say is the milk, as it steams up, it fuzzes up and sometimes it will come over. I've had that happen in the past, so it'll be a big mess. So you can also just do this without the lid on. Like I said, after 10 minutes, I'm probably just gonna cook this without the lid on the rest of the way. So we'll leave this like this for about another 10-15 minutes, let it thicken up. Okay, it's been about 22 minutes or so, and this is really thickened up really nicely. And next, we're gonna add in that 8 ounce of shredded cheese we were shredding. We get to finally enjoy the fruits of our labor there. This is gonna melt up really nicely. And this is why we shredded our cheese in the first place, guys, so that it would be thin and it would just melt up so fast, like it is. Oh, you're seeing that color start to change to that nice orange color we know. Oh yeah. That looks absolutely beautiful. Look at that. See how fast that cheese melted, guys? Like I said, you can use store-bought shredded if you really, really want to. I don't blame you, but it's a much better option. So we're gonna lower that down now, and we're gonna throw in a bunch of pepper. And salt. Up to this point, it hasn't been seasoned, so it might seem like a lot of salt and pepper, but there's literally no seasonings in it yet, so. But you can season it to your liking. You can also throw in a 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg if you have it. I do not have any nutmeg, so that is totally optional. Now we're just gonna give that about a minute or two on low, and then it's ready, guys. All right, at this point, it's time to plate this up, or bowl this up, I guess, in this case. It looks absolutely amazing, guys. Now, let's let it cool down a little bit and then taste it. All right, guys, it's done. I didn't end up having a bag yet, but I do have leftover Hawaiian rolls from my Philly cheesesteak slider video. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. It's delicious, it's quick, it's easy. Anyways, let's get into this. Let's try this out. Looks delicious. Wow. Wow. That is absolutely delicious broccoli cheddar soup, guys. It'll keep you out of the drive-thru, keep you out of the restaurants, guys. Cheap, quick, easy. Guys, it only took 30 minutes. And it was just simple ingredients. The hardest thing to do is grate the cheese, and you could skip that process if you want to. I don't recommend it, but you could skip that process. This is an awesome recipe, great for a cold day. If you guys enjoyed the video, check out some of my other videos. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see next.